What's up, Fitted Squad? This is Brad, aka Too Fitted, coming to you with another quick video. And today, just kind of wanted to go over some merchandise and sticker questions I've been getting a lot of. I've been actually started off with a lot of people asking me about stickers. Like, hey, when you gonna get stickers? You need stickers. As soon as you got stickers, let me know. But for those people, I do want to let you know, stickers are available. I do have the link in the description, so definitely check that out. But I had a lot of other people asking, basically, how big should you be before you start getting merchandise? A lot of people were talking about stickers, but some people were asking about clothes as well. So what I wanted to go ahead and kind of go over just a little bit of knowledge that I have on the subject. No, I am nowhere near an expert on this, and I know everybody's situation is a little bit different. So definitely take that what I say with a grain of salt. But just to let you know, it definitely helps when you know people who are actually doing it. My situation is probably gonna be a lot different from a lot of other people. The homie Ryan from Because Daddy, his link will also be in the description. He's actually been real supportive. He gave me different tips on not only stickers, but YouTube in general, even Instagram. He's been helping me out a lot along the way. But mostly he's definitely lately he's been really helping me out with the stickers too. It's actually posted on his site. It's a collab effort. He came up with the design. I just kind of gave him a little idea what I wanted, and he knocked it out right away. But yeah, it's a lot of different things. If you have people in your corner like that, it definitely makes everything a lot easier. He handled the design as well as coming up with shipping out the stickers and hosting on the site. So he's definitely doing a lot for me, so definitely appreciate that. But in terms of how big should you be, it's when you start doing that, well, stickers is not as big of an investment as if you were to do like shirts or hats or something like that. So with stickers, you can kind of start that pretty early on. But even still, I would say you have to have at least a core audience, have somebody who you know will buy it. Not just people who like, yeah, when you get one, let me know. Because, I mean, it's a lot of people who are going to say they want them and that they will buy them and buy this and buy that they're not really going to. And it's not because they don't want to and they're just saying it in line or anything. It might be just their situation. Like, oh, yeah, I want to buy it, but I can't buy it right now. You don't know what everybody's situation is, so I'm not trying to talk down on anybody who can't support or anything like that. Just saying, to be prepared. Say you do a post and say, hey, if I make these shirts or hats or stickers, how many people are interested? You might get like 800, however many people following. You might get them all to say they're interested. And then if you start to message them and say, okay, well, I'm making these shirts, what size do you need? They'll tell you the size. You might not get that same number. You might get like 400. And then when it comes down to actually buying them after you spent your money to go and get the merchandise, it might be down to 40, 50. So you definitely don't want to set yourself up for failure. So if you're dealing with something higher end that costs a little more money to make, like let's say t-shirts, you definitely don't want to start off by buying an excessive amount. Start off small. Do 10, 20. Do that and then trying to kind of go that route. Sell and then we'll restock and then go that route. So that way you're not putting so much money up front. I think definitely when it comes to the t-shirts and stuff like that, like I have a lot of help with that. Like I have so many homies who actually have their own shirts, their own designs. I actually even have a homie that has his own clothing line who has actual physical store as well. So I definitely have a lot of people I can kind of go to. And don't be scared to ask people for help or just for tips. Especially on YouTube, there are a lot of creators out there who actually does this stuff, and a lot of them will respond to you. When you get to the bigger channels, it's harder to get a response, but when you have somebody with like 5,000 under, they're usually the most responsive and most helpful. I don't know what it is. I mean, I understand when you get really big, they get overwhelmed with all the notifications, but you definitely can get a lot of information from YouTubers in general. And definitely with the merchandise, it's definitely something that you do want to make sure that it's the right direction. You don't want to just jump out and say, oh, I'm gonna start doing this. You'll be doing something that's, let's say you're a tech YouTuber, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing t-shirts, but you don't have a saying or anything. You just want to do t-shirts, and it's like, what are you really selling? Are you gonna sell to people who actually are interested? Well, let's say you're a gamer, and you have a really young audience, and you're trying to push something that's $100. You try to do a chair or something like PewDiePie, or even more than $100, and your audience is pretty young, they can't afford to do that. So it's you do want to make sure you know who your audience is. So it's definitely something you're interested in doing that route. So like for me, when I decided to do the Fitter Squad, I have two different markets I'm kind of going for. I have my hat people that I make content for, and I also have my car people I make content for. And Fitted Squad can relate to both sides. In terms of the hats, I mean, of course, fitted hats, easiest one. Also, for the cars, when you have that perfect fitment, it's kind of referring to that type of fitted. So that's another way. And also, it's just too fitted. And I didn't want to set it to where, let me start making stickers where people put my name on their car or anywhere. Because, I mean, it's not too many people who really want to do that. They don't want somebody else's name on their car or whatever it is. So I wanted to make something that can appeal to more people. And that was kind of where I went with the Fitted Squad. Okay, so that's just little things you want to kind of take into account when you're coming up with either designs or ideas such as that. And but on that note, I definitely am interested in doing some hats. Had a few people talking about, oh, you come out with a hat here. My problem with the hats is a lot of the ways that I know, and the homies I know who have hats and ways that they're making hats, it's from a couple different companies I'm not too fond of. They're okay, but I'm just a New Era fanboy, so it's kind of hard for me to make something that's not New Era. And New Era is pretty strict when it comes to actually making stuff. You can't just like go buy a blank New Era hat and then go to Lids and have them put what you want on there. Not legally anyway. New Era has a pretty big deal with a lot of companies to prevent that from happening. But I do know a way that it's going to happen. But the thing that I'm running into is the price is going to put it out of range for a lot of my people who are not hat people. So I'm going to be prepared for that. I might do snapback for my people who aren't really hat people, just want to help support and all that. Something that's a little cheaper, but that's just something that I've been kind of thinking about as well. But that's the kind of things you got to think about. Think about price points and how much you're going to sell it for. I mean, because you do want to make a profit, of course, but you don't want to make it to the point where people are like, yeah, I'm not buying it for that price, that's too much, or anything like that. So it's definitely a lot to go into it. I still think I'm pretty early in my YouTube career for all of that. But I definitely have a nice buzz in a few of the hat groups I'm in, and definitely know a lot of people who are interested in, who, if it's a dope hat, they'll buy it regardless, especially if it's going to support a homie. So I definitely know I have a group of people to sell that to, but at the same time I don't want to alienate other people as well. So that's going to come in time. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or comments, even suggestions, I would definitely love to hear those, because like I said before, I'm not an expert on any of this, and I'm just kind of getting into it and scratch the surface, and I have a lot of resources to go to, but it's always helpful to have another opinion, and maybe it's something you know that I don't know. I have a couple homies who are actually fashion designers. They went to school for it, so it's definitely a lot of help out there. But like I said, definitely appreciate any feedback. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'd like to thank you all for the support. Since the last video, I went up almost 130, 140 subscribers. And a lot of that was due to Ryan and his posts where he suggests people come over. So if you're coming from over Because Daddy's channel, definitely appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. You may have just missed our giveaway, but don't worry, we have another one coming up. I'm not exactly sure when. Been hearing some talks of people wanting a Super Bowl one, but not sure if we're gonna do that, because that does alienate quite a bit of people, because not everybody's interested in either team. But we'll definitely see what we're gonna do. But yeah, that's it. Like, thank you all for the support. Please like, comment, subscribe if you aren't already. And as always, have a good one.